Hi everyone, welcome back to Blue Piano Soaps. I hope everyone is staying well and staying inside and just kind of getting through these kind of unusual times, to say the least. Today we are going to be making two different types of soaps, and I'm going to split the video up into two videos, but the one that I'm going to work on first is going to be inspired by my sister. And I did venture out, and I did have lunch with her at her lovely home last week, and I don't know, I noticed in the kitchen that she had added a lot of pineapple type decor into her kitchen, and so I thought, you know what, I am going to make her a pineapple soap to go in her kitchen. So I found these pineapple molds. I think I found them, I want to say, gosh, you know what? I think I found these at the Dollar Tree, actually, way before this whole pandemic thing started. And that kind of made me think, too, when I saw my sister's kitchen, I was like, oh, yeah, I actually have pineapple molds. So I use these molds, and as you can see, the pineapple... Let me see if you can see that. The pineapple is the yellowish color, and then the top is green. And I probably should have done a video of my doing the embeds, but I didn't. But what I did is I put the mold kind of at an angle, kind of upside down, and I made the green melt and pour first, and I went ahead and I just filled the green part of the pineapple in the mold and just kind of held it still kind of upside down like this for a little bit, just until the melt and pour started drying. And then I waited until it was dry, and then once it was dry, I went ahead and I filled the body of the pineapple in the yellow gold color. So that worked out pretty good. I'm sure there were other ways of doing it, but that's the way that I did it. So I'm really trying very hard to make my videos shorter, just so that you don't have to sit there and listen to me for an hour. So I want to go ahead and I want to get started. Okay, so in my clear container here, I have my two main base oils that I have melted, and I really lately have been master batching my oils. And what I master batch is I master batch my sustainable palm oil and my coconut oil. So I kind of open a bottle that I keep the oils that I have master batched in. I open the bottle, it's ready to go. I like to soap at room temperature. I put the bottle in a little bit of warm water, and it melts those butters naturally and pretty quickly. And then once those oils are melted, I can go ahead, I'm ready, I can put them in my container here to be mixed. The only thing that I have to add to them is my olive oil, which does not need to be melted because obviously it is already liquid. So let me go ahead and add that. And my recipe is usually the same. It's 12, 12, and 12 is what I like to call it. So it's 12 ounces of sustainable palm oil, 12 ounces of coconut oil, 12 ounces of olive oil, and then what we need to add to it as well, one second, there we go. What we need to add to it as well then is I add 1 ounce of sweet almond oil, 1 ounce of castor oil, I add 1 ounce of shea butter, and 1 ounce of cocoa butter. So in here, in this container, I have measured out and I have melted the cocoa butter, the shea butter, the castor oil, and the sweet almond oil. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. I have also master batched my lye and lye water, and so my lye water it's cool. Again, as I said, I do not like to soap at warm temperatures. You know that if you have watched my other videos. And what I do is before I do any blending, I do like to stir that really well. Make sure everything is kind of mixing up well. I'm going to move these embeds because we don't need those until later. Let me get the lye water. There we go. So I always strain my lye water. And again, this is master batched lye water. Okay, we have strained that. And we are now ready to go ahead and stick blend. So here we go. Always burp your blender. Okay, now one thing I forgot to tell you is that I always add to my lye water sodium lactate. I always add 2 tablespoons of sodium lactate to my lye water, and I forgot to tell you that. Okay, so these oils and butters are at a very light trace. So far so good. Just go ahead and stir a little bit. And what I want to do for this soap, the pineapple soap, is I want to leave part of the base, the color that it is right now, natural, and then I want in the middle layer, I want a really, really vibrant yellow. So I'm going to show you the yellow that I am going to use. I am going to use Brambleberry's yellow mica, and I'm going to use a lot of it. I'm going to use more of it than I would normally use, and I am also going to leave a little bit of the batter for piping on top of this soap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit in one container. Okay, really? I can't get the, there we go. A little bit in a second container. And then I am going to put a little bit in the third container for piping. And that one doesn't have to be as much. So let me scrapey here. As Katie from Royalty Soaps always says. It is amazing how much you miss if you don't scrape. It really is. Okay. And then what I do, guys, is I get a lot of questions about cleanup. What I do is that once this container is done, I mixed everything in it. I kind of put this aside, and this kind of becomes my sort of garbage catcher. And I put now every utensil I use or anything else I use, I stick it all in that container, and then when I go to wash my supplies, everything is in that container to be washed. So right now I have the batter for the bottom and the top, and I also have the batter for the piping. And so what we want to do is I want to make the bottom batter, I want to make it just a little bit whiter than this. And so I am going to use some titanium dioxide. Now guys, I will tell you normally, or I guess I should say lately, I have been adding my titanium dioxide to my lye water. I saw Katie from Royalty Soaps do that, and ever since then, ever since I tried it after seeing her do it, now that's all I've been doing. That is the only way I have been using titanium dioxide. I find that it really blends well that way, and it doesn't create like rivers in your soap, or you know, non-mixed particles of that titanium dioxide in your soap. But I did not think I was going to use titanium dioxide for this soap, and so I did not do that. And so I am going to add it in. We're just going to have to kind of wing it and see how it turns out, okay? So here we go. Yep, that is not what I normally do. That is not normally what I like to do, but there you go. Sometimes you gotta go with it and you gotta experiment. So before putting in the fragrance oil, I am going to go ahead and mix this with the blender since I have added the titanium dioxide. Don't add the fragrance in at this point because you run the risk of the soap really firming up on you once you add the fragrance oil, and I want this to be pourable. So okay, so that lightened it up. It looks pretty good. It is still pourable, and you can see the difference in the color of the batter. So let me take my soap mold. I am going to go ahead and spray it with some alcohol, just so that it comes out of the batter better. I like the color with the titanium dioxide. It has definitely come out lighter. You can see the differences in the two batters. I want to add some fragrance to this, and the fragrance that we're going to be using, my sister loves, wait a minute, is that the right one? Oh yeah, sorry. My sister loves mangoes. I do not have a pineapple scent. I would have liked to have a pineapple scent, but I don't have one. So I'm going to use this Mango Peach Salsa by Brambleberry. It has no vanillin in it. It says light acceleration. It discolors to a light brown. I think we're going to be okay because I've used this before and I have not really noticed that discoloration. And even if it does discolor to a little bit of a light brown, that's okay for the pineapple scent. So I am going to add in 1.5 ounces to that light batter, and I'm going to mix it in first. See how it does, and then I am going to stick blend that just a little. Ooh, it smells really good, you guys. Oh, does it smell good? Now you're going to see that the mold already looks like it had some batter in it. That's because I poured the batter without adding the fragrance. Blooper, blooper, blooper. When I'm trying to rush, sometimes I forget a step. So I quickly realized I did it. I dumped it back into my container. You saw I put the fragrance oil in it. But that's why the mold already looks like it had some batter in it. Silly, 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 silly me. Okay, that's enough. Go ahead, kind of pound it on your table. Okay, now let's take the other one, the other container with the batter, and we want to make this yellow. My youngest daughter used to always call it Lello. So cute. Okay, I added about 2 teaspoons I rarely measure things, sorry. And we are going to add some of that fragrance oil in. Only going to add half of another 1.5 ounces. Okay, and let's see what happens. Oh yeah, that's a beautiful yellow, you guys. Beautiful. Did I tell you guys what it was? I can't remember now. It's brambleberries, yellow mica. Okay, so this is the yellow. See, I use that container as my trash can. Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to take a spatula and you want to kind of help this second layer not totally bleed through that first layer. So take your time, gentle, 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 and believe me, it works. Gentle, gentle, gentle. And I think I'm going to add the whole thing. Gentle, gentle, gentle. Oh, it smells so good. Did I tell you that was mango peach salsa from Brambleberry. Oh my goodness, it smells really good. Oh, what was that? Okay, got things flying on me. I really like this silicone tool. I got it at like a kitchen store, and I think it's kind of to maybe spread frosting, but it's perfect for going around the mold. Okay, so that's our yellow, and wow, I think maybe I have too much. I don't know. Let's see. Okay. Woo! Woo! Look, folks. Look at this. Wow. That was the remainder. That was the remainder of the other batter. It kind of seized up. It kind of riced up. It looks like cottage cheese. Ooh, I don't like that. Dang it, I hope it's not the lie again. I like never ever had that issue, and then all of a sudden one year, like 3 batches of soap in a row came out like this. Look at this, it's like cottage cheese. Let's not use that. Let's not use that. Let's use the one that we haven't added any fragrance or colorant to. I wonder if would it be really bad if I combine those? Interesting. Interesting. See, I normally don't run into that. Look at that. That totally riced. Let me see what this says. Soap notes, accelerates separation. Wow. So it could have been the fragrance, or it was the colorant. But I've used this colorant so many times, and that has never happened. It has never riced like this. Wow. I wonder what the soap is going to be like. What is this goppin' mess? Look at the scoop. This looks terrible. I'm not going to put the rest of that in there. That looks awful. That looks awful. Or it was the titanium dioxide. It could have been that too. You know what? I think I'm going to leave this. I'm going to leave this. I'm going to leave this without the titanium dioxide. I am putting the fragrance in it, and I'm going to see if it rises up. Because if it doesn't, then it was definitely the titanium dioxide. And it does not seem to be rising up. Wow, that is interesting. That is interesting. Let's see what happens. Maybe it was too much titanium dioxide. I'm just curious as to, you know, what it is. I mean, that looks okay. That has not riced, but that definitely did. So my camera stopped for some reason. So in the mold, it looks fine. I did take half of the batter that I was going to use for the piping, and I made that top layer. I'm going to leave it like this. I still have half of that piping batter in here, and I'm going to wait a little bit, and I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to see if that rises up, if it turns like a cottage cheese texture. I call it rising up. If it does, then I'm not going to pipe the soap, and I'll do a different decorative element to the soap. If it does not rise up, then I know it was definitely the titanium dioxide. And the reason why I know that is because the batter with the yellow was fine, and the same amount of fragrance went into it. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry, I took my gloves off because I had to fix the camera, and you're going to see that there's like this black stuff on my fingers. I was having trouble earlier changing a printer cartridge. Don't worry, touching the actual soap, I definitely had my gloves on, but I did have to take them off to fix my camera. Anyway, so I was saying the yellow had the same amount of fragrance oil, it didn't rise up, so it was not the colorant. The piping batter so far has not rised up. So the only thing different, and I did add the fragrance to that as well. So the only thing different with that first container of batter is I added the titanium dioxide. So it may just have been way, way, way too much titanium dioxide. That's what happens when I don't measure, and I just, you know, dump an amount in when I should have checked. So I will bring you back. I will let you know what happens with this piping batter. So far it looks okay, but it's definitely not thick enough for me to pipe, so we might not pipe with it. I do have these cute little floral things I had piped for another soap, and so I could put those on top, and the pineapple. But I did want some piping. So I will let you know what happens. I'll bring you back and I'll let you know what happens. Okay guys, so we're back. So what has happened is that this batter, which I was going to save for the piping, it's not hardening up. I mean, usually my batter for the piping by now has already hardened up, and you know, I never have a problem with this. I usually always do it in steps. I go ahead, pour it into the mold, wait a little bit, and boom, what I have left over is okay for piping. I don't know, I have a feeling this is not going to harden up. So something went kind of awry with this batter, but we're going to go with it, and we're going to see what happens. So what I did instead is I took that tool, I kind of call it like a frosting silicone spatula, and I just kind of made lines on the top of the soap, and I pushed it so it almost looks like, I pushed it to one side. That was a blooper. So I pushed it to one side so that it's a little bit thicker on this line than it is on this line. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these leftover little flowers that I had piped. I think the colorant will be fine. And so I am going to, I'm not going to mess with the piping on this because I just have a feeling this is not going to turn out good, the piping. So I'm going to go ahead and I am going to put the flowers down. And again, sometimes, like we were just saying, sometimes things don't always go the way we would like, and we improvise, and we have to kind of go in a different direction, and that's okay. And that's what I am doing right now. And I think that the soap is still going to be beautiful, and we'll see how it turns out. Okay, and you are on this journey with me. So the soap studio, the new soap studio / craft room is complete, and I will have to post a video of that. I love it. I will maybe append some pictures on at the end of this, but I would like to do a video showing you all and inviting you all to see the newly completed soap studio and craft room. I just have been busy and just have not had a chance to do that yet. Let's go ahead and add the pineapples now. These are so cute. I think this is going to be just fine, you guys. I'm going to kind of do it like this. I mean, why not, right? Why not? Oh, it smells so good. And honestly, you guys, I don't think it was the fragrance. I think it was the titanium dioxide. Because I've used this fragrance before and I haven't had an issue with it. And like I said, the yellow batter came out fine. So this is really cute. I love it. I want to kind of turn them facing this way because when I wrap the soap, I want everyone to be able to see the pineapple. And then I will append how I go about wrapping this soap. You know what, you guys? It is so hard already under this top layer. Like I know that because as I'm pushing in the pineapple, I mean, normally the pineapple, you almost have to be careful. It'll kind of, soak right into your soap. I'm having a hard time pushing it down so that it's, so that it's not this tall, and I can't even push it in. So that tells me that it hardened up that layer really, really hardened up. Wow. Okay. Well, we are going to see how it turns out. I want to put a little bit of glitter, of course. It wouldn't be me. It wouldn't be my soap if I didn't. So let me spray it. I think it's going to be cute anyway, you guys. Don't worry. And I want the glitter to kind of be in the middle. Oh, it's cute. It is cute. There we go. And so here is the soap. I even have some leftover pineapple. here it is. It's really cute, and I promise I will show you the cut, and I will show you exactly how it turned out. Stay well, everyone. Stay safe, stay inside, take care of each other, and I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye. Hi everyone, as promised I brought you back to show you the cut of the soaps that we made. I am going to start with the pineapple soap that I made. If you remember, this pineapple soap caused a little bit of ricing, seizing, cottage cheesing is what I like to call it. It came out of the mold 24 hours later, perfectly fine. Now I haven't cut it yet, and so we're going to do the cut together. We're going to see what the inside looks like, but I can tell you on the outside that the soap seems perfectly normal. It smells awesome. The texture of it, just as I touch it, is perfect, is fine. Let's go ahead and cut it, and let's see what the cut looks like. So, okay. So I have it exactly kind of where I want it. As you know, on my mold, I had the mold marked so I knew where to put the embeds. And this is about perfect. The first slice usually is either a little bigger or smaller than I usually go, but this looks okay. So let's see what the inside looks like. Oh, and it's nice. The inside looks good. Now I will tell you there is a little bit of what to me looks like non-mixed well batter. That's what I'm going to call it. And I don't know. It's possible that that is a result of that seizing. It's also possible that it's just a result of my not having taken my time and not having mixed the colorants as well as I should have. It also could be a result of my not putting that titanium dioxide mixed well into my lye water, or alternatively having mixed it with some oil or water. So it's possible that it's any one of those things, but it's not horrific. I mean, really, it's perfectly fine, and as it cures, I think it's going to be fine. It smells delicious. It really, really smells good. I love the scent. Let's cut another piece. Really pretty. Beautiful, beautiful soap. My sister's gonna love it. It's the pineapple soap. I made it for her. Hi everyone, so as promised, I wanted to show you how I went about and wrapped my really cute pineapple soap. I haven't given it a name yet. I don't know, sometimes it takes me a while to come up with a name, and I usually come up with a name like as I'm uploading to the bluepianosoaps.com website, but I wanted to show you how I wrap these. So cute. So adorable. Can you see them? So let's get started. Let me show you really quickly how I go about wrapping this pineapple soap. So I just take a clear, this is, I believe, a 6x6 clear cellophane bag. I don't think it's the 8x8. I think it's the 6x6. I'm trying to make these videos shorter, so I may talk faster. So anyway, I take the bag. What I do is I cut the sides. I just make one cut along each side of the bag. And I hope that you can see this. It's pretty clear on clear, so I don't know if you can. But I am literally just taking my scissor and just making a cut along, what the heck is going on here? I am literally just making a cut on each side of the bag so that the bag then opens up like a book. Now that bag opens up like a book, okay? Let me put you a little closer. There we go. Okay, like a book. And I go ahead, I take the soap, I put the right side, the side I want showing, in the middle of this newly opened book. And depending on the height of the soap, I kind of fold this so that it's nicely covered and it is now secure. And then I'm going to cut a little bit of the excess off the sides of the bag. And then you're just going to wrap it as if like you're wrapping this. Okay, I have to tell you guys, this is not my normal scissor. My other scissor is upstairs, and I just don't feel like going and grabbing it. I mean, you know, one thing about me, I tell the truth. Anyway, now you're just going to fold this as if you were doing a package, like a wrapping package. You're going to take your very, very clear cellophane tape, and you are just going to put a piece of tape on that side, and now you're going to come on this side and you're going to put a piece of cellophane tape, which is so clear. I'm telling you, you guys, you do not see it. I put a ton of pieces of tape on my packaging and you cannot see it. So now you have a secure, it is a completely covered, it won't get dust on it, fingerprints on it, anyone touching it. It is completely contained. It's not bare, but yet it's clear enough where you can totally see the soap. And this one is a little bit odd or a little different in that obviously this part of the soap where the pineapple is taller than this part that does not have the pineapple. It's okay, no big deal. So this part is a little taller, no big deal. I'm going to go ahead and take my ribbon. Most of the ribbon I buy, I get at the dollar store. Sometimes I'll get it at Michael's, but I usually will always get it on sale. I'm just going to kind of eyeball it here, how much I think I need. And that's about good. I'm going to make a cut. I'm going to take my label that has my Blue Piano Soaps logo and my ingredients on it, and I'm going to put it on the back. And then I'm going to take the ribbon and I am going to put a piece of tape. Put a piece of tape right there so the ribbon stays in place. Believe me, you guys, you do not see that tape. Someone made a comment or said something about, well, isn't putting like all that tape on it kind of tacky? No, it is not, because you don't see it. I've never had anyone say to me, wow, your packaging is tacky. In fact, quite the opposite. I have, I think, sold soap more often than other people at different shows because the packaging is so darn cute. Now, I like to really secure the ribbon in place. I don't want that ribbon to move in transit. I don't want that ribbon to move if I'm packing these soaps up and taking them to a show. So I go ahead and I even put, you know, tape on the sides so that that ribbon stays put. This ribbon is a little too long, so I'm just going to cut it at the diagonal. You do not have to be a super great crafter to do this, you guys. There it is, super cute. You can leave it like that. The label with the ingredients is on the back, but I go to the dollar store and I get these cute stickers. They're 3D stickers that pretty much every dollar store I've been to, I've seen them. I usually can spend about 20 bucks in a dollar store just on these cute stickers alone because I love them so much. And just for $1, you get 12. Okay, and they're 3D. They're really high quality stickers. And I thought these monkeys were just adorable. And I'm going to go ahead and I am going to place one on the soap. Now here's the thing. I don't have my glue gun right here with me. It's upstairs. I would normally use a dab of glue and then place the sticker on. I don't think that I would trust just the sticker piece that is on the back of these stickers, because I think they fall off. And like I said, I like doing this so that it is, you know, when I go to a show, I want to be able to unpack the soap and not have to rearrange ribbon or, you know, re-glue on stickers. So I would have glue or glued with a glue gun, excuse me, is I guess the way I should say it, this little sticker on here. But again, my glue gun is upstairs. I'll bring it back down, and then I will probably re-stick that on with the glue gun. It'll stay in place, it won't move. And here you go. So that is the way I will present this soap to my sister and to customers. This beautiful pineapple soap. It smells so good, and I think it's adorable and ready for gift giving in this packaging. Stay safe, guys, and I will see you real soon. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Please subscribe to my channel. If you can, give this video a thumbs up. It really helps my channel a lot. Thanks so much, and I'll see you again soon.